Hi, I'm Wedge Bunker, Dyess Air Force Base. Before I start, I'm not qualified to tell you about how your cell phone works, but what I can tell you is how to use your cell phone. Likewise, I'm not qualified to tell you how SBIR works, but I can tell you how we're going to use it. So the Small Business Administration decided in 1982 that if we don't start supporting small businesses, we're going to lose them all. We're down to one or two defense contractors. This isn't good. They can be wiped out easily and they can charge us whatever we want. So we need to build a base of companies that are willing to work with the DoD. So with that, they set aside $2.4 billion. $660 million of that is the Air Force's money to use. And the ultimate goal of this money is to support small businesses. It's not actually to build the prototype, it's to build a company that works with us. So SBIR is divided into three phases. Phase one, each company gets $50,000. Last cycle, about 1,500 of these companies, and they have 3 months to find an end user. That's someone like us, someone in a squadron that has a pain point that this company might be able to solve with their solution. In phase two, they get $500,000. A couple hundred companies have got this, and they get 1 year to build that prototype. At the end of the year, the Holy Grail is a phase three. It can be for any amount of money. Very few companies make phase three in any amount of time. During phase three, it's an actual contract for this company to build your product. In the old days, you had this end user. This is an Army dude. He's on the line. He's got a pain point. Dang, this is annoying. Talks to his functional, his headquarters, program of record offices, AFRL, all these organizations that control the R&D money. They said, we hear you. We got this. Stand by. Well, these organizations, they meant well, but the problem was that they weren't on the line. They weren't the end user, but they understood the process. So he says, this is annoying. And we're just saying this is just a generic PO. We got this. We hear you. Let's start working on a product. That PO, hey, our warfighter wants this. And they describe exactly what they want to detail. It's got to be a present with a bow. And add 1,000 details to that. So they go to these small businesses. They say, we hear you. We got this. Stand by. The small business starts building the product. At the end, they show the product. It's not what the end user described. It's by definition what the company or what the PO described, but it's different. It's changed over time. So they say, we ran into a few issues, but we stuck to the letter of our contract. Thanks. Want to buy 1,000 more? Or wait 5 years to try again with another company. So now the PO, the back's against the wall. They can't wait another 5 years to get this to the warfighter. They're going to have to take what they got through that process and send it down. Oh, thanks. We don't have time to try again. This is fine, I guess. So they go to the warfighter, who's probably a different warfighter at this point because it's taking so long. Here you go. By the way, we bought 1,000. Oh, what is this? This is not what I wanted. It sort of solves the problem, but this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and I didn't ask for this aspect. And that's what we've been doing acquisitions for years. So in summary, the end user, not in process, he had a problem. Phase one, the PEO talked to small business, they came up with an idea. Phase two, they funded it, built the prototype, and then phase three, sent it to the warfighter. And at the end of the process, here's the warfighter. He just gets whatever came from the telephone game that this process went through. The process has worked, but it could be better. It could be improved. In 2017, the Air Force took a big step toward improving that, and AFWERX was established. So this is AFWERX. He's a cool guy. The SBIR process itself hasn't changed. It's still phase one, phase two, phase three. An idea, a prototype, mass production for a contract. So the new way, now this end user, dang, this is annoying. What if I had this? And then AFWERX is right there with them. Okay, end user, I have some companies I'll introduce you to. Companies, we hear you. We got this. Stand by. These are already phase one companies as AFWERX has already sent through their accelerator and have a giant list for this end user to look through to contact them. They picked a company, sweet, build it. Here's a memo saying I'm offering my time and expertise. So this end user, he's a maintainer on the line. He's a LRS, tech sergeant. He's one of us. He has the authority to sign this memo of understanding. And this memo says, I'm an expert at my specific job and I have time to devote to you building this product. So he signs this letter. He didn't pay any money. The company takes the MOU and they petition the government to give them the money to build this prototype. And over this year, this 1 year phase 2, it wasn't at the beginning, the end user gives them the details what they want, and then at the end of the year they say, what did you make us? Every 2 weeks, every week, every month, we know the project, you're talking to this company, you're in a Slack channel with them, you're in an email traffic with them, you're LinkedIn profile buddies now. You're talking to this company day in, day out, making sure what they design is exactly what solves your problem. End of the year, hey, it's been a year, here's a prototype. Notice the prototype is exactly what the end user wanted because the end user was in the process the entire time. This product meets all my needs, we need this long term. So this is where part gets hard. So this end user has spent the last year building the perfect prototype, but it's just a prototype, and the funding is dried up. There's no free government money for a phase 3. So now this end user has to try to convince a program record office to go phase 3. So during that year, we need to be strategic. We need to make this product something so good, so grand, that we can't live without it. Hey, we have this prototype. It saves money, it saves time, and it increases quality. Can you please buy 1,000? The program record office, they have the same desire you do. They want you, the warfighter, to be able to execute your mission more effectively. We all want the same thing. So you have this prototype, whoa, absolutely, because you did such a good job in the phase 2 and it's scalable, and now everyone in the Air Force could use this and they're gonna love it. So they then go, the PO, the program record, then goes to this company, we would like to sign a phase 3 contract for 1,000 of these. You got it. Same company that built your prototype, you already know that the product that you're gonna get, these 1,000 of these things, are exactly what you need because you just spent a year testing and developing it. You were part of that process, so you know that this is exactly what you want. So summary of the new way, AFWERX is coaching the end user at the beginning, AFWERX is building the phase 1 companies, that cadre of 1,500. The end user makes that big leap to phase 2 by signing the MOU and allowing that company to compete against other companies for that $500,000 to $1 million of phase 2 funding. And at the end user, the company, and a program of record have all gotten together to make that phase 3, to make the long-term sustainment of that product. Thanks.